What's going on, guys? Hey, my name is Logan Mazanares, and here I'm going to tell you today exactly why I love short-term rentals, but also why I love long-term rentals as well. And so, hey, whether you're a real estate investor or you just want to learn more about it, this is going to be the video why you can understand why you would do short-term rentals in some situations and why long-term rentals might be a better option for you. So, without further ado, let's go. Hey guys, my name is Logan Mazanares. I'm a real estate investor, husband, and father. I currently own $4.5 million in real estate. I have six-figure cash flow from all my real estate, and we're on our journey to right now go over 100 doors by the end of 2022. So if you want to be part of this journey, you want to learn more, please like this video first off, subscribe to this channel. It helps the YouTube algorithm learn a little bit more about other people who are just like you who want to learn about real estate. So without further ado, smash that button. All right, guys, so I'm going to explain to you exactly why I use short-term rentals and why I use long-term rentals. And I'm actually going to show you how I actually fell into the short-term rental game completely on accident. So it all started when we bought the current home that we're currently in right now. And so we bought this home in December of 2019. And so this was our primary home, and it came with a basement apartment with it. And so our whole plan was that we moved here was that the basement apartment would cover a portion of our rent. Now, there's no way it would cover our full rent, but we knew it could cover a portion of it. So our mortgage on this property is $2,500. And we thought that we have a basement apartment that's 3-bedroom, 1-bath, and we thought that we could get somewhere between $1,400 and $1,600 a month as a long-term rental. And so we put it on the market about February 2020, and we just could not get anybody to rent that apartment. And I was so frustrated. I was like, there's no way I'm renting this thing for less than $1,400. I got frustrated. I was saying, hey, frustration, it's not gonna do me any good. So I started thinking different. I was like, well, what can I do different? And I was like, well, maybe we'll just try this short-term rental game. I had learned a little bit about short-term rentals. I'd heard other people talking about it. And the cool part about in our town is that it's really hard to short-term rental, but if you're an owner-occupied, it really helps you jump through a lot of those hurdles. And so since this was our primary residence and this was a owner-occupied unit, it allowed us to short-term rental it. And so we actually had some extra furniture that we used that me and Katie, that my wife both had. And we basically were able to furnish the downstairs apartment without a lot of without a lot of money out of pocket. And so we got it all done, ready to rock and roll. It was March 2020. We had got it all listed, put it up there, and the first day we put it up there, it was amazing, right? We had probably 5 or 6 people who booked right away. And guess what? 5 days later, that's when the whole world shut down. And so as quickly as we got those bookings, they went away extremely fast. And so this is actually one of the scariest parts in our journey is all of a sudden we had nothing, and we had this impending doom of a government shutdown. So what we did is we hustled, right? We did what we knew best. And so we put the rental on Facebook. We put it on other sites like VRBO, like booking.com. We put it on Craigslist, we put it everywhere we could think of to put it on there. And all of a sudden we started getting inquiries, started getting people who were reaching out and asking. And ironically enough, it was a place like we live in Bozeman, Montana, that people were looking to get out of the big cities like New York, LA, and they were looking to come here. And so we were able to book that property every single day from March, I believe it was March 12th or March 13th till the end of 2020, every day, but 5 days. It was insane, right? It was really cool. We hustled, we worked hard. And that's the reason, and that's actually how we got into short-term rentals. Since then, we've had 2 other short-term rentals come online. We actually have 2 more that are in the process of coming online. And so the reason I like short-term rentals is, number one, like you can just make a lot more cash flow. So like I said in the very beginning, like our whole goal for that basement apartment was just to make about $1,400 to $1,600 to cover a portion of our rent, which is about $2,500. But through short-term renting, after all expenses, we're averaging right now a little over $2,500 a month just from our one short-term rental, which basically means our mortgage is paid for. Now, the cool part is that we actually added another short-term rental to our property as well, and that thing is also doing $2,500 a month, which means that our primary home that we were just initially just trying to make some of the mortgage, trying to get some of it paid for, it currently cash flows a little over $2,500 a month after all expenses, which is pretty cool, right? Which basically means we live for free, which is a really cool way in order for you to start to become financially free extremely quick. So hey, if you like what you're hearing so far, please let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Let me know that you actually care about this, okay? So that's one of the reasons why I like short-term rentals. Now, that being said, I actually like long-term rentals a lot more. And the reason why is because they're just a lot less work. They're a lot more passive, and they're more in line with what me and my wife's personal goals are, which is us to create passive income, passive cash flow. And so it basically allows us not to have to work ever again. And so the short-term rentals are nice because they create a lot more cash flow, but they also come with a lot more work, okay? Now, one of the things that we were able to do is we actually started a cleaning business that took care of the big piece of the work of short-term rentals, which is cleaning, which is doing turnovers. That's one of the biggest pieces of short-term rentals. And so we were able to create a cleaning business that basically, for the sole purpose of being able to clean our Airbnbs, and that takes a big headache of us having to worry about having to clean our short-term rentals, and allows us to be able to scale more and more and more. So again, if you're looking at short-term rentals, just understand that one of the biggest hurdles is finding cleaners, good cleaners, reliable cleaners, and just understanding that you're gonna have turnovers. It could be multiple times a week, just depending on how many rentals that you have. And that's one of the reasons why I really love long-term rentals, is that once you find one tenant, you find a good tenant, like you might not ever hear from them until the next year where you have to re-sign a lease. Like that's really it. It becomes super hands-off, super easy. And so that's the reason why I like to use long-term rentals primarily, but in a situation where I need to make the numbers work, or again, I have a cleaning company now that we can put rentals online really quickly. It doesn't take any more work from us. It now all of a sudden just becomes like, is this property, number one, is it legal to do short-term rentals on? And number two, does it make the most sense over a long-term rental strategy game? So just understanding that long-term renting and short-term renting, they're both strategies. Most people, they usually have one or the other. I just look at it from the standpoint of the property and getting a good deal on and saying, like, is this a short-term rental strategy or is it a long-term rental strategy? And just understanding that that's all they are, is they're just strategies. So I'm not married to one or the other. I'm just looking at trying to add as much value to whatever property I'm purchasing in order to make the most sense from a cash flow standpoint. Because again, at the end of the day, I'm always looking for cash flow. And as long as I can make property cash flow, it can make a lot of sense for me to buy it. So that's why I go short-term versus long-term. And hopefully you got some vital information from this and some insight on why I like to do either or. And hey, if you want to learn more about either short-term or long-term renting or partnering, or learn more about real estate in general, please reach out to me. Let me know what your question is. I'll be happy to answer it. So my name is Logan Manzanares, and I'm out. Bye.